All right, Camaro's out of the shop today because up there is Mr. Sketchyvert. He's bringing his car over because he's getting it ready to go to Ice Cream Cruise in the beginning of September. So Ice Cream Cruise, if you don't know about it, you should check it out. It's in Nebraska and it's freaking awesome. We're gonna put a water pump on this thing and go through it, make sure everything's good, and kind of just hang out for a little bit. Make sure that the car is good to go for Ice Cream Cruise. But let's get this thing unloaded. Well, I'm letting him unload it because I don't want to deal with any of that. He can handle unloading his car. But gonna clean up the workbenches a little bit here and we should be good to go. All right, well, it's running. We just did a different water pump and a different sensor on this thing, different water temperature sensor, a stock GM one. It had some kind of weird dual sensor thing on there that I didn't really love that much, so put a OEM style GM water temp sensor on there and should be good now. So things sounding right. It had this electric water pump thing on there too that I didn't really love, so now it's got an OEM GM water pump and an OEM GM water temp sensor. OEM, the world. And we just beat the rain. They're getting it loaded up. My car's soaked. It was out there for literally 1 second and now we're cooked. So cool, fun deal, just made it in. All right guys, well I have not talked to you guys here in a while. So last update I was talking about Sketchyvert's car. So he was having all these overheating problems. He had this electric water pump on there and we pulled it in here, we took it off and we put a OEM style water pump on. All kinds of problems. It wouldn't sit flush because it was hitting on the timing chain cover and it was like super close to getting tight, so it felt tight, and then it wasn't tight, so it was pouring out water, so we had to take it all apart again, put it back together. We put all that on there, good to go, no more overheating. Drives at 180, 188 he said it was saying that, so super pumped about that. OEM stuff, I'm a fan. I've talked about it before. I like OEM.
All right, guys, I wanted to interrupt this episode real quick to talk about our sponsor, Aura. Technology is changing and it is such a strong part of our lives. Our information is all over the internet in places you wouldn't even expect or want it to be. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robot callers and spammers, and that's just getting worse and worse, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. They can identify the brokers exposing your information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They also do much more to protect you and your family from online threats. It's really easy to set up so you don't have to download several different apps to get different things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. It's all right there on Aura. There's an app, there's a great website, easy to use, and guys, I have a great deal for you. Guys, get a 14-day free trial when you go to aura.com/CooperBogetti using my code. Don't let the data brokers win. Stop them in their tracks. Use Aura. They have a great system, guys. Go check it out. Huge thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it.
Also, the chickens have been keeping them in here because I lost a bunch of them. So you can see there's 4 chickens in there. I had like 7, and a fox has been coming over and eating them. So now they're living in the coop. And this is something new. Something's trying to get under there. I don't know what it is though. Hasn't gotten in yet, but worrying about that for sure. And then I have been trying to help my buddy Joe. Joe was on the podcast. He got a Nissan 350Z. I actually went with him to pick it up. We had to go like all the way to Jacksonville, pick it up, came back, and the valve cover was leaking, so he got new valve covers, new gaskets, and all that. We took it all apart and we were fixing it, and then bolts were stripped from valve cover into the cylinder head. I think that's a common thing on Nissan 350Zs, but had to like do all kinds of stupid things to make that work and not leak, and then fix that. So did that yesterday and the day before, helped him on that deal, and yeah, pretty busy couple days of working on cars and not showing any of it. I'm very sorry. It's just we're just working on other people's cars. I don't really generally don't show other people's cars. I don't know. I don't film when it's not my car usually, but I should try to. I will try to. I don't know. And then there's a spice garden that Jeremy gave to me. Basically everything here, Jeremy showed up when he came to do the podcast. Jeremy from Auto, good guy, Mr. Faster Proms. He showed up with a bunch of plants, all kinds of different spices. So pretty cool. It's been a rough couple weeks here on the homestead. We're down a lot of chickens. I had at one point like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chickens a couple weeks ago, and now we're down to 3. So these attacks are happening in broad daylight when the chickens are just out roaming. It's not happening at night. It's not happening like at dusk or in the morning. Broad daylight. Like early this morning, nothing. Chickens, 3. There was 2 more chickens here. Now we're down to only 3. So, and look at this. Man, something keeps either, yeah, you can see where there was a fight here. Something keeps coming out of the woods and just getting my chickens. It's so sad. Like something got him. I gotta see if I can see it on the cameras. But man, so sad. I don't know what is coming out and getting them, but maybe we'll figure it out today. Well, we got a named storm in the Gulf coming our way. Chickens, get ready. But, named storm, so that means I got a little prep to do. I've had a issue with my generators. They haven't been kicking on because they're off right now. Because this guy right here. So this, as far as I understand it, is a valve to release pressure buildup in the propane tank underground. That's it right there. And this is weird because it goes like this, and then where like it'll excess is like right there, and it just goes like a couple feet that way. But this broke off because this tortoise that I have, Bowser, decided to break it off. He's somewhere over there. So I had to cut that end and put them together. I grabbed this little shark bite guy, so it slips right on and should work. I mean, I think this should seal well. We'll see. Not the correct way to fix it, but it's kind of the easy, quick way to do it, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But generators right there, and they have their own valves too, but it's just this one that needs to be capped. I probably could have just capped this, but I'll just leave it on there. Well, I got the wrong size. Okay, I got the right one now. All right, put the ground back on, and let's see. I gotta cover it better somehow. It's weird because it comes from over there, but it's just like right here in this annoying spot. I probably should have just dug it up and move it. I could always do that later, but I guess I need to add this back, but that's not super big concern. These 3 cars are nice and tucked in here. I may try to slide the black 240 in right here just so that it doesn't get anything falling on it, but it should fit. Be a tight fit, but it should fit. Good old Chip Camaro and 240. All right, don't mind my Kramer looking hair. Kind of the last minute before we get all the wind and rain. It's super calm right now, but we are probably 4 hours-ish from, we're probably 2 hours from a lot of rain and probably 4 hours from the wind and the weather like that. So I'm just trying to check on everything, make sure we're kind of as good as we can be. I don't think we're gonna get much better than this. Chickens are doing well. I know, guys, it's gonna rain soon here. Your water will be filled up, I promise. Pretty close to all that. Hurricane Ida, something like that. Horrible name. But sorry if you're named that, but I don't really enjoy it for a hurricane. Sounds stupid. Henry's pretty good. If it is rough out here, I can always move him in, but I moved his house up against the wall instead of where it normally is, down a little more low-lying. Trying to make sure we're all good here. I hate that Bowser ran into his hole. he'll move to his house if he feels the need to. House up here. So just kind of last minute stuff. Make sure all is battened down. Close up some windows and stuff. Probably close up this window out here for my shop. And let the dogs out a couple more times, because crazy enough, they're predicting rain from now until like Sunday. It's Tuesday. It is legitimately Tuesday right now, and they're predicting like a week's worth of rain from now on. It's crazy. It's gonna be a little loud for a second here. I love this big fan, this Mr. Gasket fan. This thing rips. But I've noticed just moving air around the shop has dropped the temperature in here like 10 degrees. Just keeping air movement. Yep. But otherwise, we're pretty good. Hopefully all my neighbors are good. I always try to check on them as much as possible. Yeah, Bowser, that's a bad spot, but you'll find that out fairly quickly. Idiot. I'll move these weeds for him. Threw those in there the other day. It's always a little weird with these storms coming, because you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to go to the grocery store, buy all this stuff, but you also don't want to under prepare. And if you over prepare, people like to make fun of you, and if you under prepare, you feel like an idiot yourself. It's a weird balance, because in Florida, people like to make fun of people that over prepare and attack them verbally. You're like, oh, you idiot, I've been here for 10 years and never caught a storm like this. Why would you prepare? Idiot. It's always funny, but I like to just be prepared. I'm usually pretty well prepared for life in general, but yeah, so that's where we're at. Kind of a weird video, just a mishmash, kind of a vlog, I guess you could say. I've been more just doing vlog style of just everything going on, but soon enough, racing season will start back up. FL2K in October, and then events after that, and then my baby in December, so cool stuff happening. But that's where we're at, guys. I'm gonna end it off there. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. We'll see you next time.